Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions video, but before I get into it, I just want to apologize for the lack of uploads within the past couple of weeks on my channel. A couple of weeks ago, time just got away from me and unfortunately I didn't have the time to film a video, and then I filmed a video last week, but I ended up hating how it turned out and I didn't want to post garbage to my channel, so I'm just trying to get caught up today, film a couple of videos, and get back on track with posting every Sunday. But anyway, today's video is going to be a first impressions review on the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Now this is their dewy and smooth formula. There's been some confusion, at least on my end, about whether this is their original formula and they've just repackaged it and added the second formula, which is their Matte and Poreless. So from what I've read and gathered, I think that this is their original formula and they've just repackaged it, and the Matte and Poreless is something new to the Fit Me line. Before I jump right on into the demo, I just wanted to review a couple of specs about the foundation. This foundation comes in 16 different shades, and that goes for both the dewy and smooth finish and the Matte and Poreless. So I purchased the number 110 Porcelain. I will say there are a good amount of neutral, cool, and warm tones throughout the different ranges of the foundation. So the only thing I think that some people have an issue with is if you're a darker skin tone, there didn't seem to be much of an option for you. There were only a select few shades for darker skin tones. Now just a couple of things that Maybelline states about this foundation. Hydrates smooth skin texture and matches natural tones for a luminous, seamless finish. This foundation does have an SPF of 18 in it, so keep that in mind if you are going to be taking any flash photography, that there is the risk of a flashback in the photos when you wear this foundation. This is also a lightweight formula, it says, and it is oil free. So I'm always looking out for foundations that don't contain oil in them, just because I am clog prone. Depending on where you purchase the foundation can depend on the price. I think I got mine for about almost $8, somewhere between $7 and $8, but I just picked mine up at the grocery store. I was in there shopping for some groceries and just decided to pick this up on a whim because I did want to try a dewy finish foundation. I have very little dewy finish foundations in my collection. Being that I am normal to dry skin, it's kind of strange that I tend to gravitate towards more matte foundations. So I just wanted to try this, give it a try, see how dewy and luminous it made my skin feel, and see what it was like. So I'm gonna jump right on into the demo portion of the video. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a moisturizer underneath the Fit Me foundation. This is the Neutrogena Rapid Tone Repair, and I wear this every single day underneath my foundation. It is a lightweight formula, so it's not heavy underneath foundation, so the foundation applies over top of it really smoothly. But I'm not gonna apply a primer on top of my moisturizer just because I don't wear a primer on an everyday basis. There's very rare occasions that I do wear a primer, and it's most likely going to be for special events, and I just want to see how the foundation is going to react with my everyday skincare routine. For application today, I'm going to be using my sponge, and I'm also going to be using a Sigma F84. This is my favorite brush for foundation. It's an angled brush, but it's not a flat top. It has kind of like a rounded edge to it. I just really enjoy the way that this applies my foundation. So we'll see which of the two apply the Fit Me foundation better. Here is the packaging of the foundation. Just for reference, you do get 1 fluid ounces, and I am wearing the shade 110 Porcelain. I am a NC20 just for reference. The bottle reminds me a lot of the Dior Star foundation, so it is a very sleek looking packaging, but nothing too special. Again, it's for normal to dry skin since it is a dewy and smooth finish. There is no pump, but I'm just gonna do as I always do and shake it up. Get some on my finger and dot it around my face. Color so far looks okay, just from what I can tell so far. We'll see how it blends in. It's pretty sheer and a pretty light formula. There are some, well not some, but I have a spot showing through here, and then I have some red marks here that are still showing through with the first layer. But The application is smooth and really easy. It's an easy foundation to blend in. That was really easy and really fast. I feel like I'm just blending for the sake of blending, but it's all blended in and it's looking pretty nice so far. I'm not noticing much of a dewy finish yet, but we'll see what happens. This side, it does have a little bit more darkness and redness to it just from post-acne scars. So that's why I'm applying this side with the brush, just because the brush, if anything, will give me a little bit of a heavier coverage than the sponge. The color still looks good. I think as it blends, it looks better. It looked a little, it didn't look too dark, but it looked a little yellow, too yellow when I just dotted it around my face, but as you blend it in, the match seems to be pretty good. So again, with both methods, with the brush and the sponge, it blended in so easily. Like, it's a very non-fussy foundation. You don't have to work a lot with it to get it to look like it is nicely blended in with your skin. Probably because it's more of a lightweight foundation. I am noticing some of my dark marks over on this side showing through a bit. I don't know if the proximity of how I'm sitting away from the camera is going to pick up on that. But just personally, I do see some dark spots showing through, so it is a lighter weight formula. I don't really see any dewiness to the foundation though. For someone who is very much a matte foundation fan, this looks very matte to me. I don't see any luminosity or dewiness thus far. I'm gonna apply a second layer because I like to see how buildable the foundation is, and just because it is a lightweight formula, I do want a little bit of extra coverage. With the second layer, it still looks very natural. I still see some skin showing through. It doesn't look like I'm wearing cake face or a heavy foundation. That was so fast. I still can't get over how fast this stuff blends in and just looks so natural. So far, I really don't have a preference as to whether I like the sponge or the brush better. I think that with a brush, it still doesn't, normally it tends to look a little bit more heavy, but I'm not finding that to be true with this foundation. The sponge side, it doesn't really look that much more of a lighter application than the brush. So I don't know. We'll see how each side wears as the day goes on. Now again, I've said this 3 times already, but there's no dewiness to the foundation. It's so matte and flat to me, and I don't really understand why they would dub this a dewy foundation. And I'm kind of afraid to even apply a powder over it. I just don't want to lose, I don't want to be any more flat than I am right now if I'm trying to get a dewy complexion. We'll see. I'm going to go apply the rest of my makeup and check back with you guys in a few hours to see how the foundation wears and how it's holding up. Hey everyone, I'm back for an update. It is now 4:12, so it's been just about 6 hours since I applied the foundation at 10:30 this morning, and honestly I had such high hopes for this foundation, and I absolutely adore my Maybelline Fit Me concealer, but unfortunately I don't share the same love for the Fit Me foundation, the Dewy and Smooth formula. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can get an idea of what the foundation looks like up close. Okay, here is an up close shot of the foundation. As you can see, my skin is not very luminous. Any luminosity that you see here is a powdered highlight that I applied after the fact. Overall as a foundation, it looks fine, but as I sit here and kind of start to dissect the different parts of my face, I am noticing some imperfections and kind of just some cons with the foundation. I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely has worn away around my chin area a little bit. It's definitely faded. The foundation has definitely separated around my nose area. It's creased and it's definitely faded here, and it sunk into my smile line on this side, and it also sunk into the lines of my forehead. Just going over on this side, this is where my problematic areas occur, so you do see some dark spots showing through. The foundation, however, has held up pretty well everywhere else. You can see that my blush and bronzer are still intact, so that kind of tells me that the foundation is holding up well everywhere else on my face. It's just definitely around my nose and my chin, it's faded, and there are some dark spots kind of showing through, and I will attribute that because it is a lightweight foundation, and as it fades, it's just going to wear away, and the dark spots or whatever imperfections you have will show through. So that concludes my first impressions of the new Dewy and Smooth Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Let me know in the comment section below if you tried out the foundation and what your experiences were with them. As always, give this video a thumbs up if you like this first impressions video, or if you want to see more first impressions videos, and let me know in the comment section below what you guys would love to see. I would love to hear some suggestions from you guys. As always, my social media links will be down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!